I was walking through the thrift store when I saw this beautiful little wood serving platter. The shape, the color, the size, everything about it is just so mid-century modern, which I love. And then I saw this cute little alarm clock and these gorgeous chrome hands. I was like, ooh, I want to do something with that. So I had this idea, why not combine them together and make a wall clock for my kitchen. I have no idea if this is gonna work, but let's try. I never know what time it is in my kitchen, so I thought this could be the perfect one-of-kind solution. So the plan is simple. I'm gonna take apart the clock and then I'm gonna transfer the hardware onto the platter. And in theory, this should be really straightforward and easy. Step 1, let's see what's inside this clock. No, this screw is completely stripped. Oh no. I could break it. Do I break it? Okay, just grabbed an elastic because sometimes that will help just create, but it's so tiny. I don't know if this is gonna work. Is it? No, that's not working. I might just have to break it. All right, that's one way of doing it. Okay, so now that I'm in, I am going to carefully take apart the clock. I don't need the alarm clock feature. So this part up top, I think I could remove. Now I'm hoping that these pins can just pull out. Yes, and I just have to carefully take these hands off so I don't damage them. This isn't really coming off. There we go. There we go. I'm no electrician, but I think I could cut the black wires that connect to the alarm clock. Let's hope I didn't break this. So I don't need that. So we have a little bit of a problem. This just broke, and I have two options. I could either, oh, it just broke again. Okay, so I only have one option, and that is to get a new clock mechanic part. Okay, so we're not going out just yet. I was looking up the clock mechanism and all the kits and everything, and I actually need to know the shaft length, and I don't know that without drilling a hole through the wood. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna drill a hole and then I'll measure it, and then we know exactly the correct kit I'll have to buy. I want my clock hands to be in the center of this platter, so I'm using my tape measure to find that midpoint and then drill to make the first hole. So this isn't the most technical way of measuring, but what I'm doing is I put a pin in the hole, and then I'm using the tape to kind of mark the length of the platter, and that will also give me the length I need for the clock shaft. So now I'm just measuring that out, and I know exactly the size that I need. So it turns out that clocks aren't universal. I was under the impression that you could just take hands from one clock, put it on a different clock, and just swap them all day long. But no, you can't. So the clock mechanism that I picked up does not fit my beautiful chrome hands from the alarm clock. And then I even ordered a little mechanism from Amazon hoping that it would fit this one. No, it does not fit. Not universal. Again, not universal. So now the real challenge is figuring out how I'm gonna put these beautiful chrome hands onto this mechanism without damaging them, because they are so delicate. So wish me luck. I needed an easy win at this point, so I'm just giving my platter a nice polish. Followed by drilling a hole now that I know the clock mechanism width. Okay, so the clock hand holes are just like a millimeter or two too small. So I've rolled up some sandpaper and I'm just twisting the holes to widen them. And then I'm checking every so often to make sure that I'm not overdoing it. And look at my reaction when I find out it's working. I think it's working. I think it's working. Oh my gosh. I just need to make it a little bit bigger. Oh, that really worked. That's amazing. Is it on? Oh, no, it's a little lopsided. Okay, wait. Wait. I think it's on. Oh, buddy. No, not yet. Not yet, but it's so close. Okay, is that enough? Here. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, that is perfect. Oh, it's so exciting. Okay, so I have my hour hand on, and the hour hand goes on the white part. And now I have to do the same with the minute hand, and the minute hand attaches to this metal part. So again, I need to make it just like a teeny tiny bit bigger so it could sit on there. Oh, this is so satisfying. Yay! The minute hand is on. This is too exciting. Yay. Okay, so now is the hardest hand, which is the second hand. So the chrome second hand has a pin, and the mechanism I have has a pin as well. So it's two pins that are gonna touch, which is not gonna work. So I was looking at the one that came on the Amazon kit, and this is a sleeve that like snaps onto the pin. So what I need to do is take this pin off and take this sleeve off and put the sleeve onto this pin and hope it all works out. And I left my second hand to dry overnight and out of reach of my cat. It's the next day and my second hand is all dry, but I am so nervous to put this on. It's gonna be really delicate. I have to be very gentle. I'm nervous, so let's see how this goes. I didn't think this was gonna work. I am so happy. I can't believe that actually worked. Like, I am shocked. I thought it was gonna break. Doesn't that look so good? Okay, the real moment of truth is, will it work with the battery? I really hope so. I'm so nervous and excited, and I want it to work, obviously. Okay, let's do this. Moment of truth. Pop this in. You see that? It's ticking! Oh my gosh. Wow, I can't get over this. That was such a labor of love, and it looks so cute. Okay, let's get this on the wall. Honestly, this turned out so much better than I imagined, and there were a bunch of disaster moments, and it somehow turned out so incredible. The warmth of the wood with the chrome hands is just such a good combo. It looks great in my kitchen. If you like this video and want to see more DIYs, thriftless, upcycles, hit subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.